Hi guys, I'm Rebecca and these are my reviews and this is my new and interesting things. This is a collection of random items that I have collected over the last month or so. A lot of this was sent to me by various companies, so if I have any sort of discount codes or anything like that, all of that information will be in the description box, as well as links to anything that I bought myself, just in case you wanted to check it out. Okay, so the first thing that I have is this Fireplace Cleaner thingy. This one we got off of Amazon, a rotary chimney cleaning system, and I believe it was like under $50. You can get more expensive kits, but this one was cheap, it had decent reviews, so we went ahead and got this one. And it's basically just, you know, this thing here, and then it has all of these other extender poles, and so as you're cleaning you just extend and then, you know, unextend, and you just hook it up to a regular power drill and you can clean your fireplace chimney. The reason that I bought this was because we called out a guy to clean our chimney because the smoke was coming back into the house bad. We called two different companies and they gave me one quote on the phone and then got to our house and tried to charge me double, and I was like, nope, not happening. So I'm like, I can do this, I'm pretty handy, and I posted it on my Instagram account, so if you follow me on Instagram you might have seen that post. It was really easy to do. I was so proud of myself for doing it, and you know, it's one of those things that, like, yeah, you do need to clean your chimney occasionally and you're perfectly capable of doing it yourself. It's not difficult. The one thing I will say though is that you will want to have a professional come out and look at your chimney occasionally just to make sure that there's no like cracks or anything like that. So, you know, for that sort of a thing, you know, get a professional. But you can easily clean your chimney yourself. This was sent to me by this company and it's a cat door, a little Meow Manor cat door, a Purrfect portal. You actually do cut out, you know, a little hole in your door and then you've got the thing on it and you just put this on your door so that you can have a little door for your cat. And you can close it if you don't want the cat coming in and out, or you can just leave it open like this, and even open against the door, it looks super cute. I can't wait to install this because I just think it's really adorable. We do have a cat door inside the house because of where their kitty litter is. It's like basically in a closet, and so we shut the door so that it's not stinking up the whole house. But I just thought that this was really adorable. So I haven't decided which door I'm going to put it on yet, and I like that it has the little, it's just a little latch, you know, you twist the doorknob to latch it closed so that if you do want to keep the cats in your bedroom while company is over, or, you know, keep them out of a room while you're cleaning or something, you can easily just lock the door and then you can leave it open when you want the cats to be able to come in and out. And I think this is definitely more meant for an inside door. Our cats are strictly indoor, so for us this is going to be an indoor thing, but I just thought this was so cute. It's so adorable. I love it. I just love it. And it comes with all of the hardware that you need, as well as like the little installation things so that you can, you know, put this on your door so you know where to cut it out and everything, which I thought was really nice. You know, it's just a handy dandy little kit. This is a massage gun from Bob and Brad. Bob and Brad are actually a couple of physical therapists who have their own YouTube channel, and they have some awesome videos. If you guys, I highly recommend that everybody check it out because they have stretches and things, you know, if you have like an issue, chronic back pain or shoulder issues or something like that, there's probably a video on there teaching you how to deal with that pain and how to stretch it out and exercises you can do to strengthen the area or whatever it is. And they actually ended up coming up with their own massage gun. So the kit is like this, you know, typical briefcase thing. I've reviewed a couple other massage guns and I actually really like this one. I feel like they did a good job with it. I mean, you know, it's a couple of massage therapists. You gotta figure they know what they're doing, right? So you've got the gun, which is, I would say, medium sized. I have a really small one and I have a couple of large ones. This one is pretty medium sized, but it's a nice compact model, easy to hold. It's got like the rubberized handle on it and everything, and then it just has a power button on the back, hold it down, you know, and you've got 5 different levels. And then it has 5 attachments. Your basic pronged one for going up and down your spine. This is also really good for around your Achilles heel. This one I use most often because it's just, you know, a larger area and you know, that one feels nice. This one for pinpointing areas, and this one is a hard plastic, so this one's really gonna get deep into your muscles. This one, which has a flat head on it, so this one I don't use as often. And then this one I really like because it has a squishy, it's not super squishy, but it's got a, you know, like a more of a give to it, and it is a rubber head so that it's a little bit softer. So if you're doing larger muscles or a broader area, these two are really great, especially if you tend to be really sensitive or if your muscles are really, really sore. This kind of thing can just be a little easier on your muscles. Just in general, I think the massage guns are amazing to have around, even if you are not an athlete. Let's face it, we all get sore occasionally, and you might just have tight muscles. It's great for warming up your muscles before stretching them, because you don't want to stretch cold muscles, right? But you may not want to exercise that sore area either. So this is a good way to warm up the area and get things loose and moving before you start stretching it out. So for me, it's been a total game changer. I love having massage guns, and I really like this one. I think they've done a really good job with it. This cutie patootie little guy was sent to me. This is actually the charging base. It looks like, you know, little I have the plug hanging out here. So the plug goes in there. And this is just the little base to set it on. And so you take it off of there and you take off the little headphones, and you have a Rubik's Cube. And the cool thing about this is that it's Bluetooth, and you can hook it up to your iPad, tablet, or whatever, and it knows exactly where everything is, and it will teach you how to solve a Rubik's Cube or to play games and stuff like that, which I thought was really, really cool. So we had my 9-year-old son playing with it, and he was getting a little frustrated. My husband played with it for a while, and he was like, actually, this is really neat. And you know, if you get to a spot where you're like, I'm lost or whatever, all you have to do is just follow the directions, and it will say, okay, turn it this way, turn it that way. And suddenly, you know, because it knows where everything is on here, it can help you figure it out, which I think is an awesome way to learn how to do a Rubik's Cube. And it's great, you know, puzzles. It's good for kids, good for grown-ups, good for anybody. And it's a fun little thing, you know, and it's just a regular Rubik's Cube, but it has that extra aspect to it so that you can learn how to do a Rubik's Cube, because that's one of those things that's always baffled me. Like, you'll see those people and they're just like, I'm like, how did you figure out how to do that? Well, now you can learn. Okay, now I have some items that may not be the best for winter for everybody, but with spring coming on pretty quickly here, I'm in a t-shirt, it's very warm today in LA. These are cooling blankets and a pillowcase. So this one is, it's like a thin blanket, and it's kind of a stretchy material, and on one side you have more of like a cottony jersey material, and then on the other side it's like this satiny feel, which is, I've got one hand on this side and it feels room temperature, and this side feels cool to the touch, like really, oh, it just feels really nice actually. I just want to like wrap myself in this cool blanket. It's so hot right now. So this one, and you can get it in different sizes, but it's more like, you know, one of those things that you can wear on the couch or whatever as like a throw, or put it on your bed, especially like, I know in the summertime I have a hard time. I like having a blanket, but I get hot. So what I'll do, like a corner of it over my shoulder, more like a whoopee or something, you know, just so that I have something on me. But this is amazing because it feels cool to the touch. Or if you don't want it to be cold, you've got the other side. So I think this is gonna be awesome as the weather is warming up. And it's just kind of a, you know, I like the feel of it, the stretchiness. It's like a small, compact, folds up really little. And then I've got these pillowcases that are the same, where you've got the cottony feel on one side and then the satiny, cold feel on the other. So while you're sleeping, you know, Colin usually sleeps cotton side up. We each have one on our pillows, but I like the cold side, and I feel it mostly like in the middle of the night, I get really hot. And so I'll be sleeping and I roll over and it's just like, refreshing, cool pillow. If you are a hot sleeper, these might be amazing for you. And I love that it has the dual side. So, you know, one night you might want this one, the other night you might want this. Or like I said, Colin usually sleeps with this side and I sleep with this side because I do get very really hot when I sleep. So these have been amazing. And then this is a comforter, and this one is different. It always feels cold, but it's got like a heavier comforter feel to it. It's not particularly thick, but it is a bit, you know, more plush feeling, definitely more than that blanket. And it's got that cool feel to it. It feels amazing, especially when you first put it on. And like I said, in the summer when I like to have something on me, but I'm hot, I just can't wait. This is gonna be amazing. I'm gonna be so happy to have this. So I love this technology of this fabric that just really does feel very cool to the touch. I mean, even like through my leggings that I'm wearing right now, I've got it on my lap, and now my lap feels cold. So it's awesome, and I love this. In that same vein, I have this pillow that has the same kind of a thing, and it even has like the red trim on this side, because this is going to be your warmer room temperature, you know, cottony feel side, and then this one with the blue trim has the cool side on it, and it has like this mesh on the sides. It's got a zipper on it, so you can just, you know, take this cover off, throw it in the washer machine or whatever. So you could sleep with it with just this on it. When you put a pillowcase on it, you kind of lose that same effect. It is still there a little bit, but now it's being covered by a pillowcase. So I would say, you know, this is the kind of thing that you just sleep directly on this part, but it is removable and washable, so that's nice. And I like that it's color coded, so you have the red side and the blue side, you know which one is which. And it's a nice, comfortable, shredded memory foam pillow. You can adjust that as well. If this is too thick of a pillow, you can just take some of the memory foam out. And they also give you extra memory foam in case you want to shove more in for a firmer, fluffier pillow. Okay, I have some hoodies. These are from a company called FreshHoods, and they sent me a ton of hoodies. Their website is insane. They have so many crazy designs. It took me like an hour to go through them all to pick out which ones I wanted them to send me. And they have, you know, funny ones and kitschy ones. They had some like wintry themed ones. This one says "Build Me Up" on the back, and it's got the pass-through pocket on the center. And then they have like zip-up hoodies, they have cropped hoodies, they have sweatpants, they have all sorts of things, and all with these really fun designs. And the inside of them is that really soft, fuzzy, like furry sweatshirt material. And then the outside, depending on the pattern, like this one feels very cottony pretty much all throughout. But then like this one, there's definitely a difference in material from the printed on fabric versus the solid blue, which has more of a cottony feel to it. And then the sleeves just feel, I don't know what that material is, but it's a little more solid, you know, so that they can do the printed stuff on it. But on the inside, you've just got the warm fuzziness. So I've got this one, which has, you know, like the tropical sleeves and pocket, pretty basic. And then I have this one that has lips. It's bright yellow with these comic book lips on the sleeves, and on the front, on the back is just solid yellow. This one with the stripes, it almost looks like a poncho. The picture looks like that, like poncho material. It's kind of funny, but it's, you know, the same kind of sweatshirt material. And then this one is one of the zip-up hoodies. So all of mine are size medium, and the zipper on the zip-ups is a nice, strong, like thick zipper. And they've got the long things. They kind of dip these. I forget what these are called. I learned from a Phineas and Ferb episode once, and I can't remember. It's something like aggregate or something. Anyway, they're like dipped instead of like a metal thing. So anyway, you can see the size and fit on this. This is a medium. I'm 5'9". So, you know, you can get a general idea of the size. But anyway, I just love that they're so fun. You know, these would make great gifts for people, or if you just want like bright, fun things. They have like math ones and holiday ones, and I don't know, all sorts of things. I'm telling you, there's so many. So anyway, I just thought it was really fun and cute. This is from ThredUp. ThredUp is an online thrift store, and I've been shopping on ThredUp for a while now. And so I have like a permanent search for boots, just any boots, size 10. Yes, send me whatever boots you have, and also anything by Spanx. So these popped up, and I couldn't not buy them. I love them so much. These are so cute. You know, it's so funny. Just, I think it was like this morning or yesterday, my sister posted on Twitter. She was like, is it just me or does anybody else keep buying super like extra AF things? And I'm like, yeah, right? Like I have nowhere to go. I'm not leaving the house and yet I needed these boots. One day I will be able to wear these somewhere, but I just love them. And they were on sale. I mean, because the brand is Missoni, and it turns out that their shoes are really expensive, like, you know, $400 or something. And these, I think I got them for $80. I love them so much. It was definitely one of those midnight buys where, and I totally hit up my sister. I was like, I need these, right? Don't I need these? And she was like, yes, absolutely. And so I bought them. And then later I was like, honey, I may have bought myself some boots. I can't wait to wear these. But ThredUp is a fun online thrift store where you can get great deals on things. I mean, these boots look like they've never been worn. And, you know, to get them for that cheap, that's also where I get all of my Spanx, because Spanx leggings are like $110 each, and I love them. So I can get them for like half off, $20, $40 on ThredUp, and they look like they've never been used. You know, you just wash them, you're fine. So I love me some ThredUp. This is my Teeccino box. So I love Teeccino. I've talked about Teeccino a million times. This month, it's the Chaga Ashwaganda, organic, prebiotic, acid-free, caffeine-free, gluten-free. This tea is amazing. It has a thicker consistency, more like a coffee, but it tastes like a rich tea, and it has a little bit of sweetness to it. So a lot of times I will drink this at night to try to help curb my sweet tooth. Plus I just find it really filling. And one of these tea bags can make a big giant mug, at least for me. I think it's perfectly wonderful. You can also get just like it's not really loose leaf, it's more like coffee grounds. And then you can make it in a French press or something like that. They also sent me this Teeccino Sustained Energy cereal, and it's blueberry date. I'm curious, I haven't had this yet, but I'm really curious because I don't really understand what you're supposed to do with it. They're like, you can put it in a smoothie, or here, they've got a blueberry date energy ball recipe right here, you know, or maybe I could just like put some milk in it and eat it. I don't know. So I haven't tried this yet. I'm very excited to try it though. I love that they're coming out with new stuff, and they always have fun, exciting seasonal flavors, as well as they're always coming out with new things, like the Chaga Ashwaganda one, and they had like a reishi mushroom one, and you know, different ones, so that you're getting all of those wonderful nutrients. Plus it's just really soothing and delicious. I love me some Teeccino. Some more delicious beverages. This is Amarula Cream Liqueur. It's kind of like a Bailey's or something like that. And I had had this a million years ago, and I remembered really liking it. And since I now use marula oil on my face, I was like, I should put marula in my coffee too. And it is really good in your coffee. It's also really good on its own. I like to have like just like a little sipper shot as like a little dessert because it's very sweet and it has this wonderful flavor to it. I can't quite describe it because it's made from marula fruit, but it has kind of this nutty flavor, but it's also a little bit fruity, and it's super delicious. Oh my god, I love this stuff. And it had been so long since I had it. I was like, oh yes. So anyway, Amarula. Okay, this is a Tofu Press. I think it was like an Instagram ad, and this isn't the one that I saw on Instagram. This one I just got off of Amazon. And I feel like I don't love this one, but I love the idea of having a tofu press, because usually I just like wrap it in some paper towels and squish it between a couple of plates or something. So it has like this strainer basket that has holes in it. You've got a spring here, so you put the spring in the bottom, and then you put the strainer basket on top of that. You put your tofu in here, and then you put this on top of your tofu, and then it's got clips on the side so that you're squishing the tofu down and squeezing all of the liquid out of it. And you know, it's just a nice compact little thing. You throw it in the fridge or whatever, and it really does squeeze all of the moisture out of your tofu. My issue then is that I wish I could then use the bucket to marinate my tofu, because that's usually what I do, right? I squeeze out all the liquid and then I marinate it in something and then I cook it. And this just isn't really, it's got like that spring thing on there and it doesn't really have a lid. So I wish that it had a lid or something so that I could then marinate my tofu. But I do like the idea of a tofu press. I just feel like This one's sort of, I mean, it's fine, it works, but I wish it was better. So anyway, there's a ton of different brands that have come out with these. I have some more tea. These are from a company called Pique. So these ones come in little packets like this, and you just dump it into your hot water, and they say don't use boiling, use, you know, like 180 degrees or whatever, and you just dump it in and stir it, and it dissolves in the hot water. So I love that. It's just really easy to use, and there's a bunch of different flavors, and they all say like different things on them. So boost energy, gut health, reduce stress. They tell you if they're caffeine free. This one is rejuvenate, gut health, and calm. Increase satiety, digestion support, and calm. That's the mint herbal one. The hibiscus one, rejuvenate, gut health, and calm. So the hibiscus is the only one that I don't like, but I never like hibiscus tea, so I wasn't surprised about that. The ginger one is really, really good, and it's not overly like spicy ginger, but it does have licorice root in it. Now, I personally like licorice, so I love it. I think it tastes delicious, and you don't need to add any sweetener because it already has that natural sweetness to it. But if you don't like licorice root, you know. And then I have this matcha one. The matcha one is, I mean, it's matcha, it's quite bitter, so I like to add honey to mine to sweeten it up, but it is a really nice, smooth, easy drinking kind of a matcha. So anyway, I've been loving all of these, and I just love that they have really great ingredients in them, and that it tells you what the benefits are, and on the back it's very clear like how much caffeine it has in it, how much of all of these other things, what Earl Grey is good for. So I'm really liking all of these. I think these are awesome, and they have a lot of really great blends on their site. Another beverage, my neighbor actually gave this to me. So this is from a couple that I guess they like quit their jobs and fixed up a bus and then went traveling all over, and they ended up in Panama, and they built a little house, like they bought some land and then built a tiny house to live in. The Nomadic Movement is the name of their YouTube channel. So I will link that in the description box if you want to check it out. It's kind of a fun, amazing sort of thing that they're doing, and they seem to be really enjoying themselves, and I think that's awesome. And I guess they have this coffee subscription company, you know, I guess as a source of income or something. But like I said, my neighbor gave me this one. It's called The Morning Movement, which I was joking with my friends about. You know, the morning movement. That's pretty funny, right? It's a little cheeky there. It's delicious. It smells amazing. I'm like catching whiffs as I'm, you know, flinging it about. It is whole bean coffee. It's a medium roast, so it's not that dark, bitter Starbucks style coffee. Pairs very nicely with the Amarula cream. So they have different ones, and like I said, it's a subscription, so I guess each month you would get a different blend or whatever of beans. This is Kaylee's Beans 2.0. Anyway, this was really great and I loved it. Okay, I have some laundry stuff. These are laundry, the wool balls. What the heck? Woolly Heroes. Eco-friendly dryer balls. Dryer balls, that's what they're called. I love these things. So I've been using dryer balls for a while now because my cats kept eating my dryer sheets, and that's not good for them. So I was like, okay, we're not using dryer sheets anymore, but I wanted something, and when I found dryer balls, I was like, oh, these are awesome. They're just made from, you know, sheep's wool, and these ones have little animal characters on them. How cute are these? So I have a bag of 6, and I have all of these little critters on here, and dryer balls are great because they do help with like the static and all of that, but also they just help like fluff up your laundry, so it helps them to dry faster and be, you know, fluffier and not like jammed into a corner kind of a thing. They do always get caught in sleeves and corner sheets and things like that, but I love having these. I've been using wool dryer balls for years now, and these are by far the cutest ones I've ever seen. They're so cute. I love them. True Earth I talked about, I think, I don't know, maybe last month or something. These are laundry detergent sheets. So you can use a full one or a half a one, and you just put it in your washing machine, and this is in place of like a liquid laundry detergent. So it's nice and compact, really easy to store. You don't have a giant plastic tub that you have to get rid of. I love these. Like, I'm not going back to the plastic tub thing. But these ones are actually a Canadian company, and they take forever to get here. So I found this one, which is Earth Breeze, and I'm sure there are other companies that are coming out with more and more of these. So these ones are fragrance free. I want to try their fragrance ones. But these ones have a larger sheet and they don't have the perforation. So I usually use, you know, I just like fold it up like that and put it in because I have one of the, you know, the top things. I don't have a top. Yep, that was explained really well. Anyway, but you can cut it in half if you're doing a small load or something. And I remember the last time I talked about these and somebody was like, there's no way that's getting my laundry clean. If you have super dirty laundry or something, you know, just use 2 of them. For most of my laundry, I use a half a sheet of the True Earth ones. Sometimes I'll use a half a sheet, sometimes I use a whole one of these, mostly depending on laziness because they don't have the perforation, so they're harder to like tear in half. But I love having these. I think that they're awesome and they really do get my laundry clean. I'm telling you, I have kids and cats and stuff, and I'm a klutz, so my clothes are always really dirty, and like we're working construction outside, so they're doing their job. They're definitely getting our laundry clean. So I've been very impressed with these, and I love how small the storage is, and I can just, you know, all I have is this little cardboard sleeve to recycle instead of a big plastic tub that leaks all over everything. This is a tea subscription, and I think I've talked about this before, Sips By. I'm getting this monthly now. The company is sending it to me. I love this. When you first sign up, you give them a profile, you know, they have a big long questionnaire and you fill out what sorts of teas that you like. And then they curate a box for you and they send you all of these amazing teas. This box in particular is really interesting, and I've been drinking these teas a lot and I've gotten some really great teas that I'm like, wow, I need more of that in my life. So this one is a peppermint green tea. Like I said earlier, I'm not a big green tea drinker, so we'll see about that one, although I do like peppermint. These stash teas, I've been getting a bunch of these. I had a mint one. This one is Spice Dragon Red Chai. I'm excited to try that one. A Moroccan mint, which sounds super yummy. And then this one, Forever Nuts. So weird, right? It's like it's a bunch of nuts in here. So I haven't had this one yet, and it has apple, almonds, cinnamon, beetroot. That's it. So I'm really curious to see how this one is. I haven't tried anything in this box yet. This is the February box, so I just got it. But I'm telling you, Sips By is a really awesome way to explore new teas, especially new brands of teas, to find cool things that you're like, wow, never had that before. That's actually really good. I really loved that. There was a ginger one, I think, in my last box that I loved. So I've been really, really enjoying my Sips By boxes. And then the last thing I have for you is a book. This is Howl's Moving Castle. This is an old book. Studio Ghibli made a movie out of it. The movie is quite different from the book, actually, but they are both just really lovely and charming. So I was listening to this, you know, because I do audiobooks all the time, and I had it playing and June came in, and so she was kind of listening to the story, and she laid down in the bed with me and she wanted to continue listening to the story, and it's, you know, kid appropriate, definitely. And so we were listening to it together, and then she said that she wanted me to read it to her. So I went ahead and just bought myself a copy so that I could read it to her. And then it got a little bit scary and she was like, okay, let's go read Winnie the Pooh instead. So, but I love it. I listened to the whole book. I've been reading it. I watched the movie. I'm like obsessed with this story. I just think it's really charming. And there's actually 2 more books that go along with this that are different, but still bring in some of the same characters, and it's still like in that same world. So anyway, lovely little fantasy, very charming, sweet book. And that is it. That's all my stuff. So, as I said, all of the information will be in the description box along with links and any discount codes that I might have. So make sure you check that out if you are interested in anything. Otherwise, thanks for hanging out with me and going through all of these weird and interesting things that I've collected over the month. Some of them are wonderful. I feel like I have a lot of great things this time around. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!